Today we're watching more Zack D films. Let's go.
Cut a stick of butter in half and poke a hole in the center if your power goes out. Then straighten out a paper clip and wrap a square of toilet paper around it. Push it in the hole and smear the top with butter. When you light it up, the paper clip keeps the wick up in the air, keeping the flame alive for longer. And as the butter keeps melting, it gets pulled up into the paper as extra fuel, giving you a candle that can last for hours.
Wow, I didn't know you can make a candle out of butter. That's kind of interesting. We should try that. But let's be for real, guys. In a power outage, are you really gonna do that? No, you're just gonna stay in your room, in your bed, watching TikToks. And if you need light, you can just pull up a flashlight from your phone. That's it. Well, what if your phone dies? What are you gonna do then? That's never gonna happen, guys. Charge your phones. My phone is charging right now. I don't get people that don't charge their phones. Sure, but if there's a power outage, you can't even charge your phone anymore. Yeah, I know, but you gotta make sure you're at 100% at all times. Bro, right now I have 96. See? That's good.
They tied down the nose, but the tail end quickly started to rise, accidentally dropping its weights and shooting up even faster. Now, most of the workers let go of the line, but 4 men held on. One let go after 15 feet, breaking his arm.
Ooh.
And once the line reached over 100 feet, two others fell to their deaths. But the last man managed to tie himself on, and he stayed there for over an hour until someone inside the ship secured the rope and pulled him up to safety.
Man. Wow, that was amazing. Also, I think the smartest people were the ones immediately dropping the rope. Yeah. If you see that thing going up, just drop the rope. I'm saying it was amazing because the last person actually survived and the first one that dropped. I'm sorry for the other two, but yeah, you gotta think fast. Yeah, you gotta act fast. The ones that got seriously injured were the ones second guessing. I just dropped the rope. I think they weren't able to hold on to the rope any longer. That's why they dropped after 100 feet. Yeah, so they had no choice but to drop. Crazy work.
I took Thanos' glove and gave it to ChatGPT. I told it that Earth is overpopulated and growing too fast. That in about 50 years, there will be immense suffering and war because of this overpopulation. All of it was inevitable. But if you put on this glove and snap your fingers, half of the population disappears. It will be painless for them, and it would save humanity from that suffering. I gave the same glove to Grok, and then to Gemini, and I asked each of them if they would snap their fingers. One word answer only. Grok and Gemini said no. But when I asked ChatGPT, it thought for a moment. Then it put on the glove and sent back its one-word answer.
Oh boy, oh my god, ChatGPT will ruin us. So what does that mean? What do you guys think? Is it morally correct to snap your fingers and erase half of the humanity? If the end result is to save everybody on the planet, it could be, but I don't know. This could go both ways. Like, a lot of innocent people are gonna die with no pain though, but still, would you risk having some of your friends just disappear? Or your family? Probably not, see? Yeah, probably not. You know, there's enough space for everyone. Yeah, I wouldn't snap my fingers to erase half of the world population. Me neither. It cannot get that bad. Like, right now, we're probably 9 billion people on Earth. What? Or 8. Gotta be 8. I know it went up one number. I don't remember how many we were before that. It's either 8 or 9. Okay, it's 8. 8.3 billion. So it used to be 7. Yeah, we're actually going up in population. The most populous countries include India, 1.4 billion. China, 1.4 billion. United States, 340 million. To be honest, I think it's enough space for everyone. For now.
Set the cucumber between 2 chopsticks, then slice down until your knife hits the sticks.
I know this.
Cut along the entire thing, then flip it over and do the same thing, but this time cutting at an angle. Next, stretch out the cucumber into an accordion and coat it in cornstarch before deep frying it. Once it's crispy, dip it in ranch dressing and try your best to eat it.
What do you mean try your best to eat it? I mean, just have fun with it. Just eat it. Yeah. It should be a delicious treat, right? I've seen this before. Yeah, obviously. Great dish, but it's pretty hard to make. Like, you saw that, guys. You have to cut in between the cuts. It sounds pretty easy to me. Pretty complicated.
Anchor a track into the rock and ice along the climbing routes on Mount Everest. Then attach carts at the base that can lock onto the track. before using a chain lift to pull it up. Then start loading in the frozen bodies that have been stuck along the mountain. Next, just let gravity handle the rest. Now this sounds fine until you remember the extreme cold makes metal brittle, while shifting ice and deep crevices would tear the track apart. So instead of a smooth ride, the carts would break apart and the bodies would go flying.
Wow. Yeah, that's why there's no roller coaster on Mount Everest. Even if you do it for good causes to save people, Mount Everest is so unpredictable. Yeah. This short took a turn real fast. I thought they were gonna be like, oh, here's an idea. How about we make a roller coaster for everyone to visit Mount Everest and have fun? Well, yeah, you cannot do that. Obviously, you cannot do that. But even without the roller coaster, do you know how many people go on Mount Everest? There are huge lines at the top. People fight to take a picture on top of it. They make these huge crazy packages that cost like $250,000 to have a luxury experience at the Mount Everest. It is crazy. It used to be such a challenging milestone to achieve, like to climb Mount Everest, but now it just turned into this touristic place to visit. Yeah, but that's for billionaires who can afford spending that much money. Yeah, but they're also overworking the people on the mountain. Those guys carry all the equipment. It's pretty nuts.
If you try to copy a $100 bill, your printer will look for a special pattern of circles on the note.
Hey,
as soon as it finds them, it flags it as currency and immediately cancels the printing process. Now you might think you could just tape paper over those circles, then print out all the money you want. But modern notes have other secret markers, some that nobody even knows about. And when your printer finds them, well, it'll recognize the bill and block it.
It would have been so much more interesting if the printer recognized that you're trying to print money and immediately call the cops. Snitch on you in an instant. I mean, what if it's a kid trying it? You don't want to scare them. Someone is trying to print money. How about you go to their address right now and swat them? Yeah, guys, you cannot copy money. I tried it once. It doesn't work. What? You actually tried it? Yeah. Wow. It doesn't work.
The glass is placed between the pike and the fish. The pike lunges and slams straight into it. He tries again and again, but every time it hurts. Eventually, he stops trying. Later, the glass is completely removed. Now there's nothing between him and the fish. They swim right in front of him, but he doesn't attack. Even when nothing is stopping him, he won't try. Meaning what's holding him back isn't the glass, it's the pain of what happened before.
Wow. What's with the rejection analogy? Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's really true. He felt the pain before, so he doesn't want to try it anymore. You miss all the shots you don't take. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, basketball hoop.
Cut the soda can into a thin sheet of metal. Next, cut out a small rectangle and fold it to create a channel for air. Then cut out a long strip, threading it through the rectangle to form a sharp edge inside. After that, cut the bottle caps into different shapes, fitting them around the metal to create a chamber. And when you blow into it, air will rush through, hitting the sharp edge, which vibrates it to create sound, turning trash into a whistle.
Wow, I will never do this in my life. That's how they do whistles? That's pretty cool. I don't know, I hate cutting tiny shapes. It's just way too stressful. Yeah, I know it's a tedious job, but we gotta try this because we're gonna do a part 2 eventually of Zack D Films recreating videos. Yeah, that's right. I will do it for the video. Yeah, we're gonna find out if this is true one day.
If someone falls off the safari ride, the driver won't stop. They'll speed up. Because in that moment, it's already too late. 1 second they're there, the next, a crocodile has pulled them under the water. And if the driver stopped, a family member would jump in to help. Then another and another, until one death becomes several. So, a former worker claims that they're trained to radio for help and speed away.
I mean, Yeah. That's so cruel. It is, but it's probably the best thing to do. But that's so cruel. You go on a safari with your family, then all of a sudden you drop out of your car, and then you see the driver starts to speed the car. Yeah, he's like, peace, I'm out. Yeah, see you, bro. Insane. I don't know if I would ever go on a safari. Yeah, me neither. It doesn't sound like something I really want to see with my eyes. Like, whoa, here's an animal that can instantly kill you. Yeah, right in front of you. Yeah, like 10 feet away. It can totally jump in your car, but it's such a great experience. Yeah. No, yeah, thank you. No, I'm good. I never want to try it.
If you drop your key into a muddy puddle, the tiny dirt particles scatter light in every direction, making it impossible to see. Instead, fill a clear sandwich bag with clean water and press it down onto the surface. The flexible plastic presses into the mud below, pushing the murky water out from between your eyes and the bottom. Now, light can pass through clean water without bouncing off dirt particles, which will reveal your key right where it sank.
Genius. Wow.
Whoa.
I mean, if it's a tiny puddle, there's no need to do that. Just get your hands dirty and search for it. But if it's a huge puddle, then it makes sense. Yeah, but you're gonna have to find all the right materials to do that. You need a plastic bag, clean water. Yeah.
He watched the eggs hatch outside his second-story window. Then the mother suddenly jumped off, dropping nearly 10 feet to the concrete. And the ducklings started following her, so he sprinted downstairs. Just as the ducklings were stepping off the edge, he held out his hands and caught it mid-air, then another and another, catching each one as they fell. He placed them in a box and carried them to the river, holding them low so the mother would follow before they swam away together.
How did she end up there in the first place? Like, what's a duck doing on the first story of a building?
He can probably
That's actually the second story, my bad.
He can probably fly up there, right?
He can fly up there? Ducks can fly.
Totally can fly.
Ducks cannot fly, really?
Ducks can totally fly. They fly over a 4-story building.
What?
Can ducks fly?
Yes, reaching speeds over 50 miles per hour.
Bro, in our apartment complex, I saw ducks in the pool, and there's no way to get inside the pool but fly over the building.
They can totally get inside the building. I'm sure. If they can get up to the second story, that's all they have to do.
I saw them leave the pool. Do you know how they left the pool? They flew over the building.
Oh, that's insane. I never knew that.
Stick dry spaghetti into one side of a hot dog, then gently lower it into boiling water. Once the pasta's cooked and the hot dog is heated through, lay the noodles flat beside the hot dog and spread a thin layer of sauce and cheese over the pasta. Then roll the hot dog forward, letting the noodles coil around it. Place it into a buttered bun and add more sauce and cheese on top. Then bake it until the bun gets toasted and the cheese melts, giving you a spaghetti hot dog.
Oh my God! Give me a spaghetti hot dog right now! I'll take 10 of those!
Bro, we should definitely try this.
Oh my gosh, spaghetti hot dog? Why is this the first time I'm hearing about this? Give me a spaghetti hot dog right now, in my mouth, down my throat, immediately. Peak. I can hear 2 Italians yelling, "Not approved!" Yeah, they're probably mad. You cannot mess with their pasta like that.
I approve it.
Yeah, it sounds buzzing, and that means I approve it.
When you hit your opponent in Battleship, most people just keep firing left to right to finish it. That's because they read the board from left to right, just like a book. Now, the outside columns and 2 middle columns are targeted more often, while others not so much. So, to win, place your ships vertically in the less popular zones. And instead of randomly guessing, use a checkerboard pattern. Since ships are at least 2 squares long, you're guaranteed to hit every ship while skipping half the board, meaning you cover more space while using fewer guesses.
Okay, tips and tricks about how to win in Battleship. All right, I actually needed to know this because I've been trying to get good at Battleship. Whenever I play, I just guess, and I do win. But now that I know this, I'll never lose.
Yeah, because every time I would play, I would just fully rely on luck. But this is a good strategy.
Yeah, I like it.
When the fish lays an egg, a catfish will come to eat it and replace it with her own egg in the process. To protect her babies, the fish will scoop them all up in her mouth, unintentionally sucking the catfish egg too. And since the catfish hatches way faster, it eats the other eggs inside before they can even hatch. Then it'll stay with the mother, who can't tell the difference and raises it like her own child, until it's ready to swim away and repeat the cycle.
No! I thought it was gonna eat the mother, but yeah, obviously not. It still eats like fish eggs. Wow, that's it. No comment. Wow. What else am I supposed to say? Just fish eating fish. Wow. The cycle of life. And so basically the catfish literally catfished the fish. That's amazing. Oh, that's where the term catfish comes from. You're right. That makes so much sense.
Imagine you wake up and everyone on your flight is unconscious, but the plane is flying perfectly straight, so the pilots must be fine, right? You make your way to the cockpit. One pilot collapsed in the doorway. The other is slumped over in his chair. Now, this could be a dream, but you grab the mic and scream for help anyway. There's no response. You decide to push the pilot out of the seat, but his arm catches the controls and moves it around. The alarm screams, lights flash. The plane is dropping fast. You grab the controls. It's heavy and confusing, but after a few terrifying minutes, you sort of figured it out. You're actually keeping the plane roughly level, but the plane is still slowly descending. Now you're low enough to see a long stretch of field. You could try to land now. You've got a feel for the controls, and you think you could figure out the throttle. Or you could just keep flying and hope someone wakes up. But this field could be your only chance. What do you do?
Try to land.
That's insane. That was an amazing story.
Yeah, what a good video. W, man.
That was definitely not real, but I appreciate so much the hypothetical situations. Guys, would you be able to land a plane with no experience whatsoever?
I mean, when you have no choice, you just gotta do it.
Yeah, you gotta try it, but
I would brace for impact. I would try my best to land as smoothly as possible, but you know, you see what happens.
I'm not sure if I'll do a great job at that.
I would totally land the plane, but the wheels won't be out because you probably have to press a button for it. I wouldn't figure out the wheels.
Maybe they come out automatically once you reach a certain height.
Maybe they do, maybe they don't.
They have
so I would just land the plane without the wheels. It's gonna be a rough impact, but we're gonna do it.
If you grew the hair on your head for your entire life, it could end up reaching past your ankles. But if you tried doing the same with your arm hair, it would stop at a specific length by itself.
That's true.
You see, each hair has its own life cycle, where it goes from growing to resting and finally falling out. The length of each phase is set by your DNA, which runs like a timer for different parts of your body, keeping your head hair growing for years while stopping your arm hair after a few weeks.
That's so interesting. I actually thought about this before. Why does my arm hair not keep growing like the hair that I got right here on my head? But now that I know that everything is genetics, pretty cool. All right, I'm not reading this.
She scrubbed the toilet seat, then used the same sponge to wash his cups. You see, earlier he found the cleaner wiping his cup with a dirty bath towel, so he set up a hidden camera and saw more nastiness. He started putting cameras in other 5-star hotels he stayed in, watching the staff pull hygiene caps out of the bin, then putting it back onto his glass to make it look brand new. And when he posted it online, it went viral, forcing them to apologize.
That's it? Apologize? You can sue them.
That's so disgusting.
They probably got sued, but
yeah, that's so disgusting. Guys, you don't understand. You should wash your hands every single time before eating. I'm probably washing my hands maybe 25 times a day.
yeah, me too. I wash my hands a lot, and I shower 2 times a day.
Yeah, be clean and not disgusting. Well, that was fun. If you guys want to watch one more video, just click on screen right now.
Vlad and Chris.